The Ordinary Skincare Starter Kit. The Ordinary is arguably one of the most complex as well as one of the most popular skincare brands on the market right now, and there's a lot of reason for that. We've actually spoken about it extensively on this channel because knowing what alpha lipoic acid is can be a little bit confusing if you don't have a background in cosmetic chemistry or skincare. And although we've spoken about specific products before, how to use them, what's better for different skin types, what are the best products for most people's skin? And for someone who's trying to get started with The Ordinary, what should you choose? Especially because they keep on changing their prices and they keep on adding new things to their line. Even the explanation on the website can be a little bit overwhelming. And if you needed like a starter kit, what would it be? Now they do sell starter kits on theordinary.com, but I don't actually love those. And this is why, as well as the things that I think are the absolute home runs from The Ordinary, as well as some words of caution about things that didn't make the mark. Obviously, my struggle has been with acne-prone skin, so a lot of my knowledge comes from that realm. But today I want to talk not only about acne, but also about things like hyperpigmentation and wrinkles for more mature skin or skin that has other issues. So to start off, most skincare routines start with a cleanser. And I actually want to start off on a slightly negative note because I don't think The Ordinary has that many good cleansers. At this point they have one. It is the Squalane cleanser. It is an oil-based cleanser that does remove makeup pretty well, but as a word of warning and caution, if you're gonna get started with The Ordinary, I wouldn't recommend that you use this product. Again, it's not a bad one, but I feel like there are much better products out there on the market. Specifically, this one does remove your makeup, but there's actually not that much in it. It's 1.7 fluid ounces, 50 milliliters, and for someone who wears makeup and needs to remove the makeup, it doesn't always do the best job. Just because you need so much of it, and I feel like I go through one of these in 2 weeks as opposed to a larger bottle of facial cleanser I could use for a month or two. And also when you actually do the math and look at the amount that's in the container and the price, I find that I'm actually spending less money on a different cleanser rather than this one. So although it is a decent product, if you're just starting out, I would rather you skip the cleanser, use something that's going to be better for your wallet and work better for your specific needs. But I would recommend the toner. This toner is a lifesaver, and I wish that other brands had the same philosophy that The Ordinary does. This is inexpensive, it's effective, and it's alcohol-free. One of the biggest things about toners is that I personally feel like they're used improperly. And again, my skincare experience comes from a treatment-based approach. And a lot of toners out there seem to like smooth over the skin or like make it a milky toner. And okay, but that's what a moisturizer is for. Like the cosmetic purpose of a toner is to balance the pH of the skin, the potential hydrogen, which is how acidic or basic your skin is. And it's to help your other products penetrate deeper. This kind of clears the slate, so to say. Can also help with blackheads, but a lot of toners on the market have really drying alcohols, and although not all alcohols are bad in skincare, in toners they're usually very drying and can really aggravate the skin. This is finally an alcohol-free toner that is affordable, and it has glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is phenomenal. It's great for brightening the skin. It has a very small molecule. It's an AHA acid, so it's water soluble. It goes onto the skin like a dream, and this really helps to unclog pores too if you do have acne. It comes with a little spout like this if you do so choose to use it. The pH is 3.9, which means that the glycolic acid can actually penetrate more effectively. And 3.9 is pretty low, that's pretty acidic, but it can help to balance that out on the face, especially if you used a cleanser that is a little bit more basic. And by basic, we're talking about cosmetics and chemistry, not about like Visco Instagram girl status. This is a toner that I love. This is actually probably my favorite toner. Yeah, I think it is. Goes onto the skin so smooth, absorbs perfectly. And again, it's an alcohol-free solution, which is so hard to find. Now it also has, I believe, aloe vera and rose. Both of those are very soothing to the skin. So it's nice that they added some more natural things in here as well. I believe that there is glycerin. Yep, glycerin is very hydrating to the skin too, but it doesn't leave a huge nasty film on the skin. And I find that my other products penetrate with this as well. It does have urea, which again, and sucrose, which are slightly exfoliating. So again, really good in case anything got left behind. You can use this day and night. And the other thing is that, you know, for those who are Muslim or halal, a lot of people choose not to use alcohol, and that is a choice from consumption, but some people do also look for that in their skincare or in their beauty products. And I have not read the Quran, I am not someone who's an expert on this, but for those who are part of this butterfly community and have been looking for alcohol-free skincare, it's a gigantic struggle. And before the beautiful butterflies in the comments really brought it up to me and I started having these discussions about alcohol and skincare, I didn't realize you know, what a barrier that can be for so many different brands. And the fact that The Ordinary actually lists what products are or are not containing alcohol on their website is so great. And the fact that there's actually a toner that does not contain alcohol, many prayers, including my own, have been answered. Let's talk about some actives, and I think that actives are where The Ordinary does the absolute best. Usually if you want something for treatment, whether it's acne reduction, pigmentation reduction, scars, wrinkles, etc., you have to buy a very expensive cream and it's got a whole bunch of other stuff inside of it, or like it's filled with a bunch of ingredients that really don't need to be there. The Ordinary has basically taken the potent actives and just put them on their own and said, here it is. Oh, and also it's not $110 for this serum. You only have to pay $6, 12 bucks. There you go. To me, that is so fantastic. And if you know how to use these things properly, you can mix and match them with your other skincare. And we have done a video on that in the past. If you have some questions, I would highly recommend clicking this, open it in a new tab or in a new window, because you want to know how to use these things. But again, as a starter kit for The Ordinary, what are some of the actives that you should use? The very first one that I think most, if not all, skin types should be using is a retinoid. This is the Gran Active Retinoid 2% emulsion. It is phenomenal, and retinoids are amazing. They are a vitamin A derivative, and normally if you're trying to get retinoic acid, it's by prescription only. This is a couple steps down, but it's something that your skin naturally synthesizes. It's actually for your eye health as well. Don't put this in your eyes though, please. But when it comes to skin, it helps with scar reduction, it helps with wrinkle reduction. There is scientific evidence showing that it can impact acne and help to decrease breakouts and blemishes. So only use this at night, and then during the day make sure you use a sunscreen because it does make you photosensitive or light sensitive. But just a couple little dots on the areas that you have scars or the areas that you're getting some wrinkles. It's phenomenal and it absorbs so nicely. Now, truth be told, I do wish this was retinaldehyde. Retinaldehyde is pretty much the best you can get other than prescription retinoic acid, but they haven't been able to do that yet. There are other brands that I like for that, but if you can't afford those or don't want to, this is a must. The other active that The Ordinary does really well with is the Buffet. The Buffet is basically their multi-peptide serum. And peptides are kind of interesting. The science is still out on how effectively they work or if they work at all. But the thing about peptides is that they're extremely, extremely expensive. A lot of them are patented by cosmetic companies, meaning someone actually owns that molecule for 10 years. And in order to get it or to use it, you have to pay them to license it. So a lot of peptide creams are like $40, $50, $90, like really expensive, but The Ordinary has made one that is less. Now, this Buffet and like the copper peptide serum, they're still gonna set you back like 25 to 30 bucks. So that is a pretty penny, especially comparing to the other ones that are like $6 to $12. But if you're looking to try peptides, this is where I would start because the pricing is reasonable and the actives and the ingredients have some validity to them. And if there were any peptides that I would try, it would be these. And the way that this is theoretically supposed to work is that when applied to the skin, it penetrates super deep because they're a tiny molecule, stimulates your skin to produce its own amino acids, synthesize those into proteins such as collagen, and hopefully strengthen up the skin. Now again, the medical research is kind of out on that. Those who sell you the product are going to tell you that of course it works, but those of us who are a little bit more skeptical are going to say proceed with caution. But if you really want to try a peptide, $30 is a lot better than $60. And I think that The Ordinary is one of the only brands that has really done this in, I guess I would say, a responsible manner. Then we have some vitamin C. This is fantastic. One of my favorite vitamin C's I think I've ever used. Vitamin C is amazing at brightening. It can refresh the skin, it can rejuvenate it, and it can help with also some plumpness and just the way your skin glows and potentially with some wrinkles. The problem is that vitamin C can be painful. It can burn your face, especially if you're using a vitamin C with other acids or with other treatments, or if you get facials or chemical peels regularly. Vitamin C can sting, and finding a vitamin C that does brighten and give you this glow without that burn is pretty difficult. but The Ordinary has done it. This is the Magnesium Ascorbyl Phosphate at 10%. It is a vitamin C inside of a moisturizer, and this one does not burn the skin. If you have super sensitive skin, maybe beware. Be sure to always patch test things first to see if your skin reacts negatively, but overall this is such a great vitamin C. It comes out in this cream-like emulsion. It's really beautiful. It absorbs into skin great, and one of the other key ingredients in here is actually an oil. I believe it's an Inca peanut or something of that nature. I need to brush up on my Latin. It's called the Plucentia volubilis seed oil, which is very difficult to pronounce, but when it's applied to the skin, it can help with anti-inflammatory properties. It's really good for aging skin. And in general, I would say that this formula is great if you have sensitive skin. If you have dry or oily skin, you could potentially use it as well. I think that if you have dry or oily skin, you definitely want to use other products within your routine that are going to help you with balancing out those skin types and any specific conditions that you have. But for brightening that doesn't sting, that literally melts into your skin within 10, 15, 20 seconds, this is it. This also doubles as a moisturizer, and The Ordinary has some good moisturizers, but they have none that I would say are A++++. There are moisturizers from other lines that I like better. And when it comes to The Ordinary, one that I do recommend is the Natural Moisturizing Factors plus hyaluronic acid. This is a really good lightweight moisturizer that goes onto the skin and absorbs well. Again, this Magnesium Ascorbyl Phosphate is a vitamin C plus moisturizer. And again, the moisturizers they have are good, but I don't think they are the best. So similar to a cleanser, you may want to shop around at other brands. But if you're looking for a vitamin C or the actives, that is where The Ordinary shines. And of course, you cannot forget sunscreen. Prevention is easier than treatment when it comes to wrinkles and skin cancer. And especially if you are using acids or something like The Ordinary's retinoid, you need to make sure that you're using a sunscreen during the day. Now, The Ordinary did not have very many good sunscreens. They, I think, super recently came out with a mineral sunscreen, which I have yet to try, but I would love to. But I was not a fan of their other sunscreens because they contained more chemical actives like avobenzone. And for the safety of the ocean as well as the safety of my skin, that is an ingredient that I choose not to use. They also have some very long ingredient lists, which I just feel could be cut by about half. There's a lot of repeat offenders in there, and what I mean by that is like there's multiple ingredients that do pretty much the same thing. And because they're probably sourcing different ingredients from different places that come with different stabilizers, it makes sense. But like this could be done a lot more efficiently and effectively. And also there are some ingredients in there that are preservatives, which again is fine, and it's actually great because it keeps the product preserved and longer lasting. But for those who do have sensitive skin, it could cause a little bit of irritation to those, you know, who have that issue. But sunscreens for sensitive skin or skin with special concerns are really hard to find. So I'm glad that they have them. I have yet to purchase them and try them, but when I do, let me know if you would like an update. Perhaps we can test them in the snow. So feel free to skip the cleanser and some of the moisturizers and sunscreens at this point, but stock up on the toner as well as some of the acids and the vitamin C. If you're looking for a starter kit from The Ordinary, these are the ones you should definitely try. And if this is your first time using The Ordinary, I hope that this gave you a good overview of what they have available as well as how to use it and what they do. Like this video if you liked it. If you want another video on The Ordinary, you can watch it here. And if you want info on my 3 favorite products, you can watch that here. Always remember to be beautiful inside and out, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.